I have to admit I sometimes fail to do my pre-flight and post-flight checks properly. And the reason is simple: pre-flight checks are too long, too boring, and I want to go flying as early as possible. Now, that's not the right way to go. But in this video, we want to show you a quick guide how to do it quickly, effectively, and it's actually even fun. Stay with us. Welcome to Scout Paramotor Video Manuals. We are here to improve your Scout experience. Aluminium, it fits. Thanks for watching this stuff. Now the problem is nobody likes to do pre-flight checks, and the solution is minimize it to a minute. Do everything possible in the post-flight check, so you have your machine perfectly ready, and in the pre-flight check you only focus on the very few things that are essential for your safety in the air. Basically those things that could kill you if they fail. So let's start with the post-flight check. After the flight, clean the whole paramotor, make it nice, beautiful, sexy, make it as new, and meanwhile you can inspect everything for potential damage or something got loose. So guys, start with the prop. Clean the prop, wipe off all the bugs, check the leading edge for any damage. It's good to squeeze the prop a little bit and try to listen to sounds. If you can hear any cracking sounds, that's obviously no good. So squeeze it sideways and also lift it up and down, so both up and down. That would put some load here on the central hub and on the bolts. If they got loose or there's a crack, you would find out. I usually don't remove my prop when I pack my paramotor, I keep it on. The next step is obviously the exhaust. So clean the exhaust. There might be some fuel residues. Eventually here you can have some oil leaks. If you have a new bronze bushing, within the first 2-3 hours of flying, it's normal that you have some oil leaks in this area because the bronze bushing needs to settle. Now, if you wipe it after every flight, then if you keep the engine clean, then after 2-3 hours of flying, the bronze bushing should be settled and should seal properly, so you shouldn't have any leaks on the exhaust or on the tank. If those leaks will appear again, probably in 20-30 hours, that might be an indicator that it's time to replace the bronze bushing again. So next step, check the bronze bushing. On the newest 2002, on the Mi-20 exhaust, the bronze should be visible. If it's gone, it's time to replace it. Usually happens after 30 to 50-ish hours. Recommend to do 30, I mean it's cheap. While cleaning it, check for cracks. Usually if they happen here or eventually on the brackets. So squeeze them, shake them, they should sit tight. Next step is to clean and inspect the cylinder and the engine case. You shouldn't have any leaks here and there. If there's a little bit, wipe it, and if it appears again in next flight, there might be an indicator that the engine needs some maintenance. Very important is to check the airbox. Sometimes this rubber manifold may have a crack. Check if the clamp is not loose, and also check the gray snap lock on this side of the exhaust, that it's not cracked and it sits tight. So the next step is the clutch and the belt. I inspect my belt just like this. I kind of already have the sensation, the feeling how much is right, and this one is right. But we made a separate video how to check the belt tensioning. Inspecting the clutch, rotate it. There shouldn't be any clicking sounds, and in your hand you shouldn't feel the clutch being engaging, so that it would increase the resistance. What you can hear now is the sound of the belt. There might be a slight disalignment of the pulley, so the rubber makes a squeezing sound, but really this is all right, this is okay. Again, as cleaning it, check any dust particles here at the bottom. If you have excessive dirt and dust coming from the clutch bell, that might indicate that inside you have a lot of wear and it's time to open it and inspect it again. We did a lot of user manuals how to repair that. Now that I checked the engine, just make an overall inspection. Focus on the rubber mounts, that there is no damage. Have a look on every single one. Don't forget the rubber mounts on the exhaust. Check the starter rope, no excessive wear or damage, and eventually check the wires. Sometimes the wire may touch the frame, and due to the vibration the insulation may be damaged. But other than that, yeah, we're done. The machine is clean and ready for the next flight. Do this after every single flight. Treat your baby well, so it will treat you well in return. Clean it, keep it nice and sexy, and it will keep you safe for the next flight. Now let's do the pre-flight check. For the pre-flight check, focus on the things that are absolutely essential for your safety in the air. Start with the carabiners. Check these carabiners, the locking mechanism. Check the condition of these straps, that there is no excessive wear. Check the condition of these straps, and also have a look here, the way the harness is attached to the frame. So these nuts are not loose and there is no excessive wear on those straps. Should be usually okay, but it takes a second to inspect. Again, essential for your safety in the air is the installation of the reserve parachute. Make sure the reserve parachute is installed properly, the handle is safe in place, and in general there is nothing loose on the harness that could get into the prop on during takeoff. Also, for your safety, make sure that the cage is fully and completely assembled properly. All the safety pins are out and the netting is tensioned the right way. So last thing before flight, check the throttle operation. Make sure the lever is returning quickly. Have a look at the carburetor, that you have the full range of motion, full power to idle. Now it's time to do the full power test. Make sure your safe start is on. Make sure the mate switch is on. Put it on your back. Warm it up to at 5,000 RPM for a minute or two, and then try full power before you hook in the paraglider and go for takeoff. So that's it. If you do your post-flight check properly, then the pre-flight is only a minute. It's really nothing difficult to do. Thank you very much for watching the Scout video manuals. If you have any further questions or you need any help with, just go to scoutparamotor.com/support. We are there to help you. Have fun and enjoy your Scout.